Good morning. Below, we will present the conclusion, the group and personal contribution, the results, difficulties, and routability of our company, Holsen Paper. Thanks to the creation of the company Holsen Paper Ltda, we allow ourselves to test our knowledge since it was applied throughout the project, starting with the objectives and character of the company, analyzing the possible competition present in the market, and through certain steps to generate a production plan, thus advancing in the approach of the company project. At a certain point, we focus on the fundamentals of the company, such as a mission, vision, and corporation values. The number of employees was considered to start the production of the company. There was had to apply several concepts related to the matter: wages, deduction, social security, parafiscal, social benefits, in others, so that our workers have everything necessary for a correct remuneration. With the market analysis carried out, it was possible to take a basic price for the promotion of our products. From the identification of the cost of the raw material, labor, indirect manufacturing cost, among other expenses that we had to take account to create a budget, and thus project our sales and purchase present and future. All this in order to find that economic balance where the company is sustainable. An additional point, some legal documentation was made to have a company.
Group contribution. As a group, the creation of this company contributed to a great extent to the enrichment of our knowledge about economic costs and the factors that can affect when creating a company, from its economic part, its international organization, and the production costs of a certain product. It not only gives us knowledge to create a company, but also to better control the expensive or lives. In addition, these also are of vital importance in our daily lives because many times we don't know the importance of keeping control over costs. Thanks to all these concepts seen throughout the semester, as a future engineer, we will have better basis if it's the case of having our own company, and it will be much easier to identify and apply the concept in the problems that arise. This project, apart from give me new knowledge, also taught my think for lives. One mission that was amazing in the project was learning new according terms techniques from the proper functionality of a company. Something very important that I learned is that it's necessary to carry up a correct hiring of personnel, and that is essential for companies to have trained personnel to perform their functions, and we must also give a good economic and psychological treatment to employees, so that they feel confident and they can perform their work activities.
Personal contribution. This project gives me personally to the extent that it allows me to visualize in a better way how the economic and accounting part of the company works, from its cost of obtaining raw material to obtain a final product, so that it is sold in a competitive market that offers a wide variety of products with the sole purpose of satisfying the client. All this great range of knowledge related to cost give me a better economic organization in my life. I'm planted based to know all those process, cost, interest issues relate to payroll, and thus be able to have my own company.
This project contributed not only to me, but also to my career, to the extent that I learned what it takes to see how to form a company and the minimum sales margin to keep it going. Realizing that it is not as easy for as difficult as it seems. In addition, I learned that it is not easy for a company to hire staff due to the benefit factor, while for an employee, it is not easy to live with a minimum wage. Also, I learned that budgets are necessary in our lives in order to make money and not overspend.
This project helped me as an industrial engineer in various aspects of cost and budgets that are important when creating a company as well as being within one. These concepts that were handled in Holsen Paper can be applied when I'm already a professional and need of my knowledge so that the company has a good budget and does not suffer from bad accounts and calculation when making its payroll, doing raw material, production costs, among others that are very important. The result of the Holcim Paper Company is the identification of the balance points in months with few sales and in months where sales are too good. The company can grow and compete against large companies that are positioned in Colombia. With this, in the project, it was possible to identify the different topics such as payroll, balance points, budgets, costs, expenses, among other variables that directly affects the growth of Holcim Paper and how they are dealt with it. With the calculations made, it can be seen that being a company that is just starting, in a few months there will be losses, but in the majority will remain balanced or with many profits. This happens during the high season where notebooks are bought either for university, college, or other purposes that allow to obtain sustainability in this project in the long term, and also due to the notebooks that we make as they are cheaper than the competition and with the same materials we can stand out and with our biodegradable materials notebooks bonus that give us great value to the company.
Difficulties. We had some difficulties to start and carry out this project. First, to know how we were going to differentiate ourselves from most notebook companies and also what personnel we would need, materials, transportations, among others, which made the project more expensive and difficult, and thus determined what aspects contribute and give us value as a company. There was also difficult in budgeting at the beginning the expenses and costs of the period and the facilities, but thanks to the issues seen in class, the amounts were shaped and adjusted to become a profitable company. Business viability. The economic activity of Holsen Paper is viable and beneficial because despite being in a market with large competing companies, in its short time it has managed to maintain profits about 30 millions, and its profits are also expected to continue to increase thanks to the acquisition of contracts with other companies and the potential expansion of the company.